on R&R on Sports, Larry and Howard are talking about the upcoming NBA playoffs and give their thoughts on the Angel Reese controversy. Then we have an amazing throwback interview with Darrell Dr. Dunkenstein Griffith. All of this and more on this week's episode of R&R on Sports. Now, here are your hosts, Larry Robinson and Howard Robertson.
Hello and welcome to R&R on Sports. I'm Howard Robertson.
And I am that suave dressed brother. They call me Larry. Larry Love is what they call. What's up, America?
Now you suave. Huh? Now you suave. Hey, you got on your pinstripes today.
Hey, man, I'm trying to do a little something.
Oh,
you like
look,
my socks?
Your socks
You like
match.
the socks? You like the Garanimal
like
deal?
Garanimals,
There
baby.
you go, baby. I matched that giraffes. There you go.
Put the giraffes together. Don't you put a giraffe with a tiger, boy. My wife, Bev,
It'd be like putting plaid with the stripes.
Hey, you get beat up. Natalie gonna do something to you. How you doing?
Man, I'm wonderful, brother.
Oh, man.
We playing basketball.
No, Jamire Schutz is playing
boxing.
WWE. How do you, Jamire Schutz, for those of you who don't know, is a former University of Memphis player,
women's basketball player,
could not figure out anything else to do in the shake your hand line at the end of the game after a game that they had lost to
Bowling Green State.
And they in the heart of Bowling Green, Ohio.
Uh-oh.
And you couldn't figure out anything else to do but to sucker punch one of the members of the other team in the shake hand line.
Yeah, well, hey.
What?
I just had to say, I've never seen that in
teach that?
In all my years of watching competitive sports. I'm not saying it's never happened. I just don't recall ever seeing somebody in the line after the game sucker punch another player.
And the reason I call it WWE is because the other girl just took a fall.
Oh, yeah. You'd have thought Mike Tyson hit her. You'd have thought Mike Tyson hit that girl.
There.
Lord, she's laid out. There. Oh, Lord, she killed me. And then talk about she had emotional distress and all that. Now, I can see if she got hit by Layla.
They arrested this girl.
Now, listen.
They should have for being stupid.
I could see if it was Layla Ali. But it wasn't Layla Ali. This is another basketball player. And most basketball players really aren't fighters. So I'm trying to figure out how in the world did this big old girl, this girl much bigger than her too.
Much bigger than her. Much taller than
just
her.
fall out like she just got slayed. Like, you know, like
you heard my man, down goes Frazier.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, a weird thing, man. But
here's what I'm saying. The whole point is,
well,
look, y'all, we got to work. We have, and I'm not just talking about in sports. I'm talking about in homes. I'm talking about generally.
Okay.
We got to work closer with these kids. Okay. There's some things that are just absolutely not acceptable in a civil society. We got to teach civility. There's some things.
When you gonna start with the president? The former president? I mean,
skipping.
When you're talking about civility, man, when you're watching everything on television,
I'm talking about everybody.
There's no civility.
Everybody.
There's no civility.
There is,
and I just think sports is a microcosm of society as a whole.
Absolutely, but it's most important that we at least point out to the kids and show them and tell them that this is an anomaly, that we are typically much more, and the right thing is to be much more civil than this. I mean, it can't be all right for some young woman to figure that that you need to punch. You got the latitude. You just lose it so much. You punch an opponent.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here.
You keep reverting back. Your evil twin keeps showing up. We got so much for you today.
Oh, man.
We got a lot to talk about and catch up on. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Riffin' on jazz.
Mr. Chuck.
Yes, sir. Here we
doing,
are.
man?
Oh, man, I'm ready to get some history
Back
going
again.
on.
We got it. We got
This
it for
is
you.
it.
We've got it for you. Today we're doing 8 eras of jazz.
Yes.
Riffin' on jazz on the Kazookian Network.
This is R&R on Sports. Welcome to the Sports Terrible Tower. This tower is one of a kind. We will be making random stops on various floors so you may revisit some of sports' most terrible times.
You mean to tell me it's a whole tower full of stuff?
Yes, sir, it is. And we have a basement deeper than the Grand Canyon, too.
Well, I be damned.
Each floor number is significant to an event. Our first stop, the third floor, representing round 3 of a 1997 fight.
Why didn't Mike Tyson bite Evander Holyfield's ear during the 1997 heavyweight bout? I got very frustrated and discouraged and stuff, and he was headbutting me, and I was really mad, and I didn't know what to do, and I just exploded, and I bit his ear. And no, matter of fact, I bit
You
his
hear that,
face.
fool?
Next floor is number 7. By the way, do you like dogs?
I sure do. I used to have... Oh, Lord!
Get back in there. The owner left and never came back. His initials scratched on the wall, though.
Let's see. MV. Who is that?
This is the 42nd floor. The number of a U.S. president that said...
But I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
What sport?
No sport, really. He was just a playa. Now up to the 32nd floor. Here's somebody you might recognize.
It's no disguise. It's no disguise. It makes no sense. It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Well, if it ain't that line AOJ.
Now, we're between the 23rd and the 8th floors.
To live in the moment means to enjoy each and every one that we come in contact with. When Kobe Bryant died, a piece of me died. And as I look in this arena and across the globe, a piece of you died, or else you wouldn't be here. Those are the memories that we have to live with and we learn from. I promise you, from this day forward, I will live with the memories of knowing that I had a little brother and I tried to help in every way I could. Please, rest in peace, little brother.
This is Sports Terrible Tower. Just like you said.
Hey, it's your guy DC. I'm back in the building here at Kazookian, bringing you the funk and funky politics Memphis. Just like our sister show, it's our news, our narratives, our way, but in our town. Y'all know how we do it around here in Memphis. Memphis is just gonna be Memphis. We're talking about that and, well, you know what? The politics, the people, the news, and the no-sirs. We talking about it all. Everything, man. Everything. Funky Politics Memphis promises to be the news you need. Tune in on the Kazookian Network. Follow at Funky Politics Mem. That's Funky Politics MEM on social media for updates along the way. I am DC, and I'm out of here. See you soon.
Kazookian. Check out all your Kazookian favorites now. Download the Kazookian app, available on Android and iOS.
This is R&R on Sports.
Welcome back to R&R on Sports, back on the Kazookian Network. So, whilst we are talking about NCAA sports and women's sports, let's segue on over to the NCAA, both men and women's championships. UConn on the men's side.
Yep.
National champions, and LSU on the women's side.
Real quickly.
So give me your thoughts.
Real quickly on the men's side, UConn. Man, that Hurley family know some coaching.
They know some coaching.
They know some
Family
coaching,
business,
man. That's the family business. Them dudes win.
I love
wherever they go, whatever they do in basketball. The Hurley family wins.
I love that. You know what I love? I love to see a family. I love to see a family, first of all, have a family business, and coaching is theirs. Second thing that gratifies me that I love to see dearly is I love to see information and ability and capabilities and knowledge about whatever industry passed on from one generation to the next.
Yes. And
that's a beautiful thing to me.
And their dad in St. Anthony's, I believe it is, their dad, Coach Hurley, is an iconic figure, has coached some of the greatest ball players in the history of the game.
That's
right. And he's passed that on now. He has a son that's won a national championship. Well, he had one that won a national championship playing ball. Now he has a son that's won a national championship coaching.
And they little.
Yeah.
They're short.
They little bitty guys.
And they full of heart.
Yeah.
And
tough guys.
They all played ball, but they were utility journeymen. I mean, utility players that with all the heart in the world motivated everybody. I guess they were all guards.
Wait a minute. Check this out. Then did you know that Bobby Hurley led the team that gave the Dream Team its only loss throughout the whole time that they were together?
That's right.
Bobby Hurley was the lead, was the point guard on the college boys.
That was Bobby
with Allen Houston, Chris Webber, Rodney Rogers, all of them that beat the snot out of the Dream Team.
And they had something naturally that you can't coach, and that's heart,
grit,
and that's grit.
Man,
that's
they're tough.
Exactly right.
But yeah, so I really love that. And UConn played like champs, man. They look strong. They look good. But I have something about basketball as a whole that I'm seeing, because you got the Florida Atlantics. What was the other school that came out of sort of obscurity? You had Florida Atlantic and you had someone else, but nevertheless, you're seeing these schools that are ascending to, the top ranks in these tournaments. And it's like University of Memphis in that they're having older players. And what you having in these top programs like UK, University of Kentucky, and Calipari, you got all these young boys. So in essence, you still have, you got boys 17, 18, 19 years old playing against cats that are 24, 25 that have gotten a COVID year and all that. So just like the kid in Memphis, D'Angelo Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, what is D'Angelo, like 27?
Yeah.
27 years old playing college ball.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally
27?
Is he 25, 27?
Yeah,
but I mean, literally he's playing against kids that are 10, maybe 8, 9, 10 years younger than him.
Yeah.
And so what do you expect? He got that old man strength. He got grown man strength. He's strong. He's strong.
Besides that, besides physical strength, what they also have is experience and savvy.
Yes.
Savvy. That's a great word, and it's a great thing to have, because savvy is beyond smarts. You can be smart and be very, very young and inexperienced and whatnot, but having savvy kicks in and tells you what to do and when to do it.
It's almost intuition component.
It's a second nature, absolutely thing. And it's based on experience and exposure that you got before.
Absolutely.
Lessons learned before. So, yeah, I mean, you're right. They do have that. But, I mean, what do you think about would you say that there's parity? And if so, what created it?
I think there's definitely parity in college sports, in college basketball in particular. In addition to that, but I believe that what caused it, I think NIL and transfer portal has had a big impact on college basketball. And I think it's in many ways, it's kind of created a free agency in college basketball that every year you literally can pick up and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
What coaches have been able to do for years, now you have cats that can literally say, okay, I don't like playing here, or I had a problem with this coach, so now I'm going to go somewhere else and play, and so I'm going to enter the transfer portal.
So both the transfer portal and NIL have created for me such a dichotomy, and I don't know. I don't know yet if I like what they're doing to college basketball, to college sports.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling this, but because I'm saying, look at Angel Reese, and eventual national champion, LSU.
Props. I mean, we gave props to UConn. Props to LSU. Great season.
But Angel Reese said it best. Why would I declare and go to the WNBA? I'm making more money than many of them. And so when you look at the valuations,
she's making more money than most of them.
Absolutely. Even the top picks.
Now, don't go anywhere on that. Do you think that's going to create some kind of compensation parity in the WNBA?
It's got to. The WNBA has got to raise its salaries. So think about this and look at this right here. You got a listing of the valuations of NILs. Number one right out the chute is Bronny James. They believe that he has a $7.2 million valuation. You got Arch Manning, $3.8 million. You come on down to athlete,
it's
the basketball.
Nice to see Livy in there.
Yeah, Livy gymnastics at LSU. But you got Mikey Williams. Now, Mikey Williams is going to come to University of Memphis next year. He's got a Puma deal already. Right. So he's not wearing
they are not a Puma school.
And they're not a Puma school. So number one, Mikey Williams is got valued at $3.3 million. He's got $3.3 million walking in the door. Why is he in a rush to get to the NBA? What is he in a rush to get to the NBA for? So, I mean, when I look at this guy, this kid already got a shoe deal.
Got 6 million followers on social media.
I mean, it's amazing, man. And I think we're about to see a changing of the guard as it relates to college sports as a whole because of the value, the money that's being made, and now the money that has come to the athletes. You're going to have plenty of WNBA women basketball players that's going to step out. Hold on, one more thing. The G League is going to have to enhance what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because if I'm Mikey Williams and I got $4 million a year, if I'm any of these kids, and I'm making several $1 million a year, why am I going to go to the G League and make $1 million at the most, $2 million maybe? Not even that. I'm still in the G League when I can be in an environment where I am the biggest fish and I'm getting paid.
There's so much. We got another segment.
No.
we can't talk about this no more. There's so much to talk about because I don't know what kind of athlete, I don't know what kind of human being you help create when you pay somebody in high school, when you have the potential in high school to make $7 million in college.
No, but you're making money in high school now. These kids are getting paid in high school.
They ain't getting paid that kind of money.
Shoot, Mikey Williams signed this deal 2 years ago.
So he's been getting
that as a high school student.
Lord have mercy.
It's a new day, baby.
Oh, man.
It's a new day.
Oh, man.
It's a new day.
This is shocking. Okay.
And we ain't even talk about the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark situation. It's the second coming of Magic and Larry Bird.
Yeah.
It is the second coming of Magic, and that's exactly what it felt like.
It is.
And I mean, I tell you, it was a great game, and that Caitlin Clark, boy, woo, that girl bad.
She can shoot.
That girl can shoot the lights out that mother. Shoot the leather off the ball.
But she and her people got to get a little tougher now. You know, that's like when we were growing up.
Did you see the pregame ritual?
We had a thing called playing the dozens. That for you folks who don't know is like talking about each other's mama. Okay, now the worst thing that you could do or be is one of these people who could dish it out but couldn't take it.
And we know plenty.
Couldn't take it. If somebody said something about your mama, you wanted to fight and get mad and start crying and whatnot, you the biggest punk in the world. And nobody would ever let you forget that. So, Caitlin, look,
I think Caitlin handled it. It's all the others.
Yeah, everybody else.
Everybody else. Caitlin didn't have no problem. Caitlin was the one doing
You started it.
Yeah, she started it. So anyway, listen, we'll be right back with our iConversation. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to R&R on Sports.
Sure is.
Blues in the basement. Today's show is History is the Blues. Don't answer the door if I'm not at home.
Knock, knock, who's there?
In COVID, every day.
I have the blues, but that's the truth. You just said something right there.
Make me feel good inside. Come on. Groove me, baby.
Groove me, baby. Groove.
I love Eric Clapton.
Oh, why did you?
You know, he shot the sheriff. He didn't shoot the deputy. He didn't shoot the deputy.
I was going to say I have a black bottle, but...
Okay, leave that alone.
That's a song.
No.
That's a song.
That's a song. Yes.
Black bottle. It's a dance.
It's a dance, yeah.
You are listening to Blues in the Basement. Blues in the Basement. Blues in the Basement, powered by Kadzukian.
That's it.
Kadzukian. Check out all your Kadzukian favorites now. Download the Kadzukian app, available on Android and iOS.
This is R&R on Sports.
Hello and welcome back to R&R on Sports. And of course, you know, we call this segment iConversation. Icons, baby. Icons. And today, the icon.
Wait. No, bruh. You don't listen.
Why are you interrupting?
For a Louisville champion,
so rude.
Champion, only Louisvillians get to announce a Louisville champion, introduce a Louisville champion. So listen, man, nobody from Memphis will ever get an opportunity to introduce this brother. Listen, y'all, this is NCAA champion, Final Four most outstanding player, Wooden Award winner, consensus first team All-American. Listen, man, he is also my hero, second pick in the draft, rookie of the year in the NBA in 1981, retired jersey from Louisville and Utah. We talking about none other than the king of Louisville, king of the West End, Darrell, Dr. Dunkenstein, Griffith.
What's up,
my brother?
How y'all doing?
Man, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, man.
Doing good, man.
This is an honor, man. You know, I'm trying to contain myself.
Okay.
You know, this brother literally is the reason why I love hoops so much. Because, see, you got to understand, Louisville, University of Louisville, was the city of Louisville's pro team. Seriously. So we treated them like pros. So this dude was the man. He was like, after Ali, it's Darrell Griffith.
Is that right? He's number 2.
Absolutely. Am I lying, Darrell?
I'm just here.
He wants you to co-sign that. He wants you to
everybody in the league will. Everybody in Louisville will. They'll definitely get it. They'll definitely get it.
Well, welcome to R&R on Sports, Dr. Dunkenstein. Good to see you, man. Good to have you.
Guys, man. Happy to be here.
I'm telling you.
So, man, you got to tell us the journey. Male high school, University of Louisville, Utah Jazz. Kind of give us some color in between how you end up from at Male to Louisville, then all the way out there in Mormon.
And I got to tell everybody that's not familiar, when they say Male, it's M-A-L-E, not
Male high school.
Not M-A-I-L.
Male traditional high school. I'm sorry.
I would have to back it up to my elementary school. When I went to school, the years I went to school, elementary school was grades 1 through 6.
Okay.
And junior high was 7, 8, 9. Mm-hmm. High school was 10, 11, and 12.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I went to elementary school, which is about 4 blocks from where I grew up at, called Virginia Avenue Elementary, which they changed to Jesse R. Carter my 5th grade year. I left there and I went to Duval Junior High School. And Duval Junior High School was the dominant junior high school in the city. The team that I played on supported all the city high schools with talent.
Absolutely.
We went to Male Central. Right. Went to Shawnee. But all the talent came from Duval Junior High School. We used to have a junior high school league at Male High School on Saturday mornings where all the city junior high schools would play.
Mm-hmm.
And during my time, high school coaches could recruit. So they would come to the junior high school league at Merrill High School and check us out and try to get us to go to their high schools because there wasn't any districting. You can go anywhere you wanted to go. So wow. It was interesting being recruited in junior high school. So the junior high school team I was on was pretty stacked. You know, we had guys by the name of Darrell Yarbrough,
Tojo,
Bobby Turner, and me and Bobby and Tyrone Cunningham went to Mayo. Darrell Yarbrough and Fanor Crook and a guy by the name of Henry Lee Myers, they all went to Central. Now, we all end up winning state tournaments, and we end up playing against each other in the state championship game my sophomore year.
Uh-huh.
And let it be known that we couldn't dunk. the dunk come into my freshman year in college.
Let me ask you a question. At that time, could y'all dunk in warm-ups?
Yeah, before the refs came out.
Yeah. But if the refs saw you, and a lot of people find this hard to believe because that's the way it was when I was coming through.
Uh-huh.
We couldn't dunk?
No.
Man, whatever, man.
What are you talking about? Man, you don't know nothing about me. Bro. Anyway, if you, to your point about before the refs came out, if they saw you, the first year, my sophomore year, you could dunk in warm-ups and nothing was said. My junior year, however, if you dunked in warm-ups and the refs saw you, they would literally start the game off with a tech.
Yep.
Yeah. That was how they did it.
What we ended up doing is we just sent our trainer to the door where the refs would come.
Let you know.
and he seen the refs come, he waved the flag.
No more dunk. Let me ask you now. This is the brother who actually made famous the 360 dunk in a game. So when was the first time you did a 360 dunk in a basketball game?
Let's back it up. When I went to University of Louisville in '77. They just reintroduced the dunk.
Okay.
So that was an opportunity for me. My eyes just lit up because you could dunk it again. We were never able to do that.
Right.
So that team from 77 to 80, the year I graduated, we were called the Doctors of Dunk. Now, people don't understand that before Phi Slamma Jamma and before the Fab Five, it was a dunk. We're the team that put the dunk on the map. Mm-hmm. We became the team that everybody gravitated to because we had a lot of high flyers on our team.
Real quickly, for the youngsters that are listening, okay, explain to them why we couldn't dunk.
You couldn't dunk because Lou Alcindor.
There you go.
Lou Alcindor, he was 7'2", and they took the dunk out for 9 or 10 years because he was just dominating. And then the NCAA made a ruling where the dunk was illegal, and they put it back in. Unfortunately, of my freshman year in college.
As we sit here many years later, ain't that something? Ain't that the craziest thing? Nobody would imagine that anybody would do that. But that's how they've been doing. Folk who look like us all the time. Change the rules. Literally.
Actually, we there's a producer in California. We were working on a documentary before the COVID.
Is that right?
Came. Uh-huh. We were working on a documentary called Dr. Dunkenstein and the Doctors of Dunk. And then we're going to talk about that, what we're talking about now, how the dunk was taken out of the game of basketball, how it was reinstated, and how we changed the game because we became a road show. Unbeknown to us as we played, we just want to play and dunk the basketball in the game. But we had a lot of high flyers on our team, and they're gonna do a documentary on that called Dr. Dunkenstein and the Doctors of Dunk. So we'll probably resume the filming and stuff once this virus dies down.
Yeah. So listen, this is R&R Sports, and we're speaking with Dr. Dunkenstein himself, Darrell Griffith. Darrell, listen. You were highly recruited out of high school. I mean, seriously recruited.
I was in high school player of the nation when I came out.
If not Louisville, where was the place that was the number 2 place?
Well, I had a pro contract offer straight out of high school.
And that was with Kentucky Colonels, right?
There was a Colonels. I can't think of the NBA team, but my dad wasn't having it.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
He wasn't happy. He said he was going to school. So it came down to Louisville, Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I was probably the night I decided, I was up and I went in the kitchen and my dad happened to be up. And I said, Dad, why you up? I want to let you know I made my decision. He said, where you going, son? I said, I'm going to stay home and go to the University of Louisville. He looked at me and said, I knew that, and walked away and went on back to bed.
I knew that all the time. Now, something that was always rumored was that there was a package deal. There was you, Coach Wade Houston, and Bobby Turner. Was that a package? Can you shed any light on that? Whether it was a package
we started out at Virginia Avenue Elementary School and went to Duval Junior High School, and then we went to Male High School. So we were planning on going to the same college together. But what ended up happening is the University of Louisville ended up signing Coach Houston as an assistant coach before we even signed.
Oh, really?
Coach Houston was the first African-American basketball player for the University of Louisville's basketball team.
Right.
And so they ended up signing him as assistant coach. And so it was just me and Bobby left. And I made Bobby made his decision before I did. And Bobby signed with Oklahoma State with Steve.
Really?
Steve Smith and Shawnee was assistant coach to Honeybee. Went to Oklahoma State and coached. And he had already had Darrell Yarbrough and Wayne Golden and Ronnie Daniels down there. Wow. So Bobby signed with them, but the rule states that you're signing a letter of intent is not valid until your parents sign.
Oh.
So I called Bobby up and said, man, what's the deal? He said, man, I don't know. He said, I don't know if I really want to make his decision or not. So the University of Louisville found out that Bobby's daddy hadn't signed the letter of intent. Oklahoma State knew that his dad hadn't signed a letter of intent. They didn't know where Bob's dad was at. It's like, I was trying to find So Mr. Turner ended up, he was out of town. He ended up servicing and signed the letter of intent for Bobby to go to the University of Louisville.
Wow. Dr. Dunkenstein. Griffith, we're so glad to have you, man. We're going to be back for more on the other side. I mean, we're going to get into it.
We're going to get into it, man. We're going to get into
the
dunk contest. Okay. Man, listen, don't be stopping me when you talk about Louisville, man. It's Louisville. We the city of champions, bro. Don't be hating, man.
You got to try to control. This boy has lost his mind. Having you here, he has lost his mind. But we'll be back for more R&R on Sports right after this.
Human Speed with Kirk Whalum.
Avery Sunshine, I am just overjoyed to spend some time with you.
Listen, what you know about pot liquor? You from Memphis, so you know.
My favorite part of all of that, I'm like, don't throw that away.
Human Speed with Kirk Whalum.
This is R&R on Sports with Darrell Dr. Dunkenstein Griffith. Now, here are your hosts, Larry Robinson and Howard Robertson.
Back for more R&R on Sports.
Listen, man, I know you're not going to try to introduce his brother. See, man, I'm telling you, man.
I told you the time is out for that. You did that. Okay, that was a nice little bit, man. You did that. So can we get back to...
All right, man, go ahead.
Quit being
man, see, you just irritate me, man. You irritate me, brother. Listen, we here with Darrell Griffith, University of Louisville great, Utah Jazz great. I want to know how brother survived in Utah for 11 years, man.
Well, when I first went out to Utah, my first season was the worst year I had in professional sports. In sports, period, because I go from winning a national championship to 17,000 sellout crowds to going to Utah, and we're the worst team in the league.
Worst team in the league.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
terrible team.
Yeah, not only that, culturally it was different because there were only 1,200 blacks in the whole state of Utah.
How many?
1,200 in the whole state of Utah.
Goodness.
And most of them were in Salt Lake City at Hill Air Force Base, and then the other portion of it was in Ogden, Utah. They had another military base there.
So socially, how did that play out? I mean, obviously, after a while, they knew you were you, and so I'm sure you got treated with great respect. How was it initially?
Well, initially for me, I always tell the story that I stayed in the hotel downtown until my condo was ready.
Mm-hmm.
And the hotel was called the Hilton Hotel, which is right out the expressway. You get out the I-15 and it take you right into town. So after practice and stuff, practicing with the fellas, I would go back to the hotel, and they had a Chevron station there, had a convenience store in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked over to the convenience store, and I see this brother and his Cadillac pull up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, cool. I can go up to him, man, and find out what's going on, because the only black I see is at practice. So while he's putting gas in his car, I go up to him and say, "Hey, man, how you doing? You know, my name is Darrell. I'm in town. I don't see too many of us, man. Want to get some advice on what to do and where to go at while I'm in town." He said, "Brother, sorry about your luck." He said, "I'm from California. I just got out."
I'm getting the hell out of here. And
they treated me well. You know, it was just rough for me coming from an environment. And, you know, in Louisville's got a big African American culture. They had one black barber named Billy, and no radio stations. No black culture there at all. None.
Right. Wow. And you spent a whole 11 years there, man.
It was a difficult transition. You know, as each year went on, it got better,
right?
You know, but you just had to, you know, I came out there to do work, man, and that's what I did. You know, when the season was over, I flew back to Louisville.
This is Iron On Sports, and we're speaking with University of Louisville and Utah Jazz great Darrell Griffith. So talk a little bit about the transition, how you guys kind of came from worst to first. And your teammates and your coach, talk about that.
Okay, I was drafted by the Jazz, first round, second pick. They had already had Adrian Dantley there.
Mm-hmm.
And they needed somebody to compliment him because AD was a beast. You know, he gave you 30 every night.
Right.
So the way the draft went was I was represented by the guy by the name of Bob Wolf. Bob Wolf was the agent of his time. Everybody like David Falk and them, they always reference Mr. Wolf because he kind of set the stage.
Right.
So his clients doing when I played was Joe Barry Curl. He was the number one pick, and myself. He had a lot of other clients: Otis Birdsong, Larry Bird. But anyway, initially, the way the draft was supposed to go down, Mr. Wolf at one time he had represented damn near all the Celtics, and him and Red Auerbach were real good friends. His office was in Boston. And Mr. Wolf called me up. He said, "Hey, it's a good chance you can go to Boston." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Boston's got the third pick, but they're going to try to make a trade." He said, "Red needs a big man and a shooting guard." So what Boston did was Golden State had the number one pick. Now, Boston had the number one pick, and they traded the number one pick for Robert Parrish. That means that now Golden State's got the number one pick, and Boston's got the number three pick and the big man he needs.
Right.
Robert Parrish. So the second pick was Utah, and they was figuring Utah was going to take care of McHale, and then the third pick would have been me. And Red would have had his objective. He got the big man and the shooting guard. You know, 3 NBA championships later, Boston takes. Utah takes me, and Boston takes Larry McHale.
McHale, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
That's crazy stories, man. The backstory.
Absolutely.
So when you made famous the dunk, the 360. At Louisville
College.
So once again, when was the first time you did the dunk? And then secondly, what was it like pulling it off in the game?
Well, I was the first one to do it in college basketball, period. And I've been doing it in high school, you know, doing different dunk contests, but in live game action, I was the first one to do it in game. That was one of my repertoire as being Dr. Dunkenstein. I can't recall what game it was, Larry, but I just, you know, anytime we were on the break by ourselves, it was showtime. So you did what you had to do. And, so it just came to me, you know, one game, the opportunity presented itself, and I 360'd in the game. And, you know, that kind of added to the amazement of our team and why we were always in any city that we went to. when we got in town, it was Dr. Dunks in town. You know, whether it be Memphis, whether it be St. Louis, because we had that stigma about us, which was fun for us. But it was something that we enjoy living up to.
Tell him how tall you are.
I'm 6'4".
6'4". Okay. So talk about what it was like, that dunk contest from '84, I believe, that they're still talking about. Now, for the fans, so you understand the magnitude of this dunk contest.
Well, that was the first dunk contest.
First one.
The first one was in '84, and that was in Denver, Colorado.
Right. Yeah. In the dunk contest, the first NBA dunk contest in 1984 was Larry Nance Sr., Michael Cooper, Clyde Drexler, a cat named Julius Irving, I believe that's his last name, Edgar Jones, Ralph Sampson, Dominique Wilkins, and Orlando Woolridge.
That's crazy. Yep. That is absolutely crazy.
And, excuse me. And Dr. Dunkenstein, Darrell Griffith.
Yeah, Darrell.
So, did you do the 360 in the contest?
No, I was saving that for the latter rounds, which I didn't make.
You didn't come with the strongest stuff first?
No. I had some other ones that I figured could give me points, and then when the latter round, that's when you bring everything else out. But what happened was, people don't realize how high Larry Nance can jump, and he's 6'11".
Right.
He was crazy, man. His dunk for him, and I think it was him and Doc in the finals. Here's what the young people don't understand. Back in the day, in the dunk contest, we wasn't throwing the ball in the air and bouncing everywhere. It was ball in hand.
Right.
Everything was ball in hand and created with the ball in hand. Right. We didn't bounce the ball. We didn't throw it up in the air and let it bounce. We didn't jump over no cars. We had to have the ball in hand.
Well, listen, Darrell, you also was a big portion of people talked about the fact that you couldn't palm the ball in college. Now, listen, bro, I saw you at the dunk contest. There were several times you bounced the ball and palmed it. So did your hands grow once you went to the pros, man?
It's called stick 'em.
No.
Seriously.
Listen, when you were warming up for the dunks,
you couldn't use it in the game, but in dunk contest, it was all cool to use. Yeah. But stick 'em, you put it on your hand, help you grip the ball when it was slicker and wet, and that helped us help me grip the ball at the time. But I could never palm the ball.
Oh. Now, were you? Wait a minute. As I look at these cats, were you the shortest guy in the contest?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he also had a 48.
Oh, yeah.
He had a 48-inch vertical.
But these cats could fly.
Yeah.
They could literally fly and soar.
That's
Clyde?
Clyde Drexler, man. Dr. J.
Dr. J? Oh, my God.
And Larry Nance won it. So
Larry Nance won it looking in the rim, man. He was doing some crazy stuff, man.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, let's fast forward to the day. Where do you think you would play coming out of college with positionless basketball? You got,
I want to ask you what you think about positionless basketball.
Well, it basically is professional sandlot. That's all it is.
I like that.
It's professional sandlot. That's how everybody plays in the playground. You go on the playground, everybody's playing that way, they're playing that.
Right.
It's so much supreme shooters. The game is so much exciting. You got so many people that can shoot the basketball. The big men are so versatile now. With KD be able to shoot the basketball. I mean, if you're a big man now, you got to be able to shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to defend. And what it does is that when you take a big man from the basket, he could be 7'1" with a wingspan, but you take him away from the basket and he's 6'6", 6'5".
Right.
Because you gotta give up something because the guys can go around you.
Right.
And we used to, there was a term that was always used in professional basketball. It was called draw and kick. Penetrate, draw, the man come through, you kick it. So when I broke, I'm gonna give you a scenario about 3-pointer. In '80, when I first got to the Jazz, my first 2 seasons, I shot maybe 30, 40 3-pointers. And my coach, Frank Layden, told me in the 84 season, he said, you got range. He said, we're going to utilize that line. That line is out there for something. So I broke the NBA three-point record in 84 when I made 90 for a season. Then I broke it again in 85, making 91.
Okay. And that's not points. That's three. Right.
They made so the 3-point has just increased and increased and increased. So now that you got the 3-point line out there, and you'll stretch the defense out, and the philosophy is that everybody shoots the ball from the threes, then you got to defend out on the floor. So the big man's got to go away from the basket and defend. So that's why it's so much more exciting now. Everybody's getting to the hole because you really don't have that one rim protector unless you got a guy that is stable in the block. That's why you want big mans like Anthony Davis and that can spread the floor.
Right.
Look at the great. He's taking it coast to coast. AD can shoot 3-pointers. That's why you see. That's why it's so valuable to have a big man that can shoot now.
Absolutely, absolutely. So 11 years in the league for you. What's your life like now? Tell everybody what Darrell Griffith's life is like now. Not right now. I mean, everybody got the same life. Everybody got the problem. They be at the house.
Well, I can tell you as a former player playing back in that era that we sitting back, all the former players sitting back shaking their head and just wondering like, man, if I was playing now, what would my contract look like? Because these guys' contract is sick, man. I mean, you could be an 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th man on the bench and making $12 million a year.
Right.
And that was unheard of back when we played.
What was your largest contract?
My largest contract was my last year. I made $1 million a year. My last 2 years.
Okay.
But
and that was big money.
That's
huge money.
But if you would look at my stats compared to the guy's stats now, I'd have been a max player.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we tease each other about that. Some of my teammates will call each other when, doing this free agency and see all these guys signing for these big numbers, and we'd be like, wow. Try to put ourselves in that scenario. But it's all good, man. All
right, I got my last patented question, Darrell.
Here it comes.
Listen, you coming to the Yum Center. They about to put the big statue. They unveiling the statue of you. Every superhero has to have theme music. What's the song they playing as you walking up? What's that song they playing? What's that cut that makes you feel like a hero?
Oh, man, that's a good question. I had to think about that, Larry. Let me see, man. It had to be a back in the day cut. One of my favorite ones. I mean, I would have to go with my spinoff, man, one of George Clinton's songs.
There you go. Y'all didn't know, Dr. Dunkenstein comes from Dr. Funkenstein.
Exactly. He inspired the name.
Absolutely, man. Well, thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you for taking this time. But no, wait a minute. Hold on. Howard has something to say that he normally says. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Say.
That.
Yeah.
Like you normally ask that dumb question you just asked.
Yeah,
so I'll do mine. Go ahead. Okay, so, being on R&R is kind of like joining the mob. So whenever the phone rings in the future, you pick it up and you have a one-word answer. Yes. When we ask you to be back on the show.
I'll be happy to. I got a lot now, You come up robocall, you get no answer.
Well, listen, man. Thanks, Darrell.
Go ahead, man. Finish it up.
No. We're done. I appreciate you being here, man. It's fantastic being here with you being here and just teaching, man, and people have to be, especially younger people. We love the opportunity to expose them to real players.
Greats, man, the greats,
real greats.
It was real difficult for me not to just fan straight out, man, because I'm serious.
You did. Well, I mean, what you call what you did?
I'm trying to maintain myself, man. This is like a moment with my hero, man.
All right. Appreciate you being with us, man, and we'll be back for more.
All right, everybody. Take care, brother.
All right, now. Take care, Darrell.
Back for more. Bye. Right after this.
Kadzookian.
The company is based in Memphis, but it is international.
A new building, an expanded team, new equipment, a new studio, all inside of 7 years.
The resources that we were able to utilize with Kazukian and their team has been incredible. And our partners at Kazukian has been a large part of our success.
One, it's Black owned. So we get to tell our own stories in our own way. I'm so proud of the founder, Larry Robinson, and his entire family and all of the team here at Kazukian.
We are so proud of their progress that they've made here in Memphis.
With social media and the technology we have today, the world is listening.
Kazukian. Check out all your Kazukian favorites now. Download the Kazukian app, available on Android and iOS.
This is R&R on Sports.
Welcome back for more on our own sports as we head toward the door.
See ya.
And there are, normally we shout out people, and you got somebody very, very special.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very
definitely.
close.
So as you know, we all are in Memphis, Tennessee. We produce this show, R&R on Sports, out of Kazuki and out of Memphis. The young lady for LSU Tigers that really broke the game open was a young lady by the name of Jasmine Carson.
That's right.
Her family lives here. Her grandmother's a very prominent person here in the community. So we want to give a shout out to the Carson family and Miss Jasmine Carson.
To represent
Absolutely.
young lady.
Absolutely.
Came in and just
shot the lights out that mug.
I loved it.
Do your thing, Jasmine. Keep going, girl. We want to see you on the next level at the WNBA.
That's how you represent Memphis.
There you go.
That's what Memphis.
Memphis.
So I want to pay homage and respect to the tremendous memory of Willis Reed of the New York Knicks.
Oh, yeah.
Legendary Hall of Famer Willis Reed, who left us recently. And let me tell you something. A graduate of Grambling,
HBCU
State University, Grambling State, HBCU. Willis Reed was the quintessential center. He was that dude that played most of the game with his back to the basket.
Really?
Yes. You get the ball to him, he might turn around, he might not. He might just turn on you and slam he was so good. He was, and so much heart.
Really?
Played the championship game, and as we were talking earlier, came out of the tunnel hurt. Might as well have been on a walker.
Man, he limped out of that huddle and out of the tunnel, and I'm sitting here. I remember as a kid saying, he's going to play?
Yeah.
But then seeing the highlights, because the only thing I remember is him coming out of the tunnel.
Absolutely.
And then, but looking back at YouTube, and YouTube is such an amazing.
It is.
It's been a gift that keeps on giving. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
I mean, because now you can go back and experience these amazing games.
See the whole game. I mean, not just clips. You can see the whole game.
And Willis Reed and the New York Knicks truly have that iconic moment to hold on to. So I think they called him the captain.
Yeah.
So the captain, salute.
So with that, we're going to tell you to please take care of yourselves and take care of each other, and be with us here every time and talk about us. Tell everybody you know about this amazing sports show called R&R on Sports. I'm Howard Robertson.
And I'm the great one, Larry.
Y'all
Robertson.
Take care.
Take care.
Later.
R&R is hosted by Larry Robinson and Howard Robertson. R&R is directed, produced, recorded, and distributed by Kazukian.